All right, so let's uh, let's get started slowly. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the webinar. I see there are a lot of people already joining the webinar. If anyone joins in the next couple of minutes, we will catch up on everything. So let's not waste time, because today I want to go over some real examples and practically I want to show you an actual launch which which I've tested before. We've tested it with a few users of our platform, and that approach sort of guarantees that you're not wasting time, you're scaling properly, and you have things under control other than just trying your best at what you can handle manually. So before we begin, let's run quickly over today's agenda. So I've swapped a little bit the order between the first and the second topic that we're going to talk about, for the simple reason that there is a bit of an overlap there, but we'll go over everything together. So today we're going to talk about campaign targeting, and generally to that I refer to the fact that most buyers either use the same exact campaign settings over and over again, or they use a couple or five campaign settings at max. Like they're not generally using a wide variety of campaign settings to launch their campaign. So with that in mind, we want to focus on launching faster. We want to focus on being more efficient and have more time for ourselves and more time to do not so boring stuff. So with that in mind, we're going to talk about campaign templates and how we can leverage them to launch a lot faster. We're also going to talk about creative preparation, like uploading the creatives up front, or even delegating this process to your creative creation team and offload that off your shoulders so that you can get more done. We're going to talk about stop loss strategies, because by the end of the day, if we're going to launch hundreds a campaign a day or thousands of creatives each day, you need to be super aggressive when it comes to optimization. Otherwise, you're going to blow a lot of money, and by the end of the day, you're going to find yourself in a huge red ROI, like a huge dip in terms of ROI, which is okay if you're just getting started. But if you're already up and running and you have lots of activity going, that's not something you would like to see. At the same time, we're going to talk about automatic scaling, and here we're going to touch a little bit the subject of ad account bans or fan pages going down, which generally, if you're running white hat and if you're running compliance stuff, you're not going to have trouble with. But at the same time, even those guys that are running white hat or are running compliant campaigns, unfortunately, due to false positives or due to bad comments in their ads, they get their campaigns shut down, or they get their fan pages shut down. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today, and we have a pretty cool strategy on how to get around that. And next, we're going to go over the mass launching process, and that we're going to do it on a live screen. So today I'm going to launch some campaigns while screen sharing everything with you guys, and then from there we're going to see the results. So if any of you has any questions, please feel free to put your questions in the question and answers section, not in the chat, so it's easier for me to kind of go over the questions and feature them in the main stage of the webinar. Also, I have a quick poll that I want you guys to answer. So there are a few questions we would like to get your feedback from, in terms of what's the next feature you would like to see in the optimizer. We're working hard on making everything easier and more streamlined in terms of automation. So There's a lot of things in the backstage that are being worked on, and we would really love your feedback and voting about the actual features that you would like to see. So before we move on, let me switch back to my screen and let's get started with the first one. So in terms of campaign targeting, as I mentioned earlier, there is generally a handful of campaign settings that you guys are using. Either it's a pixel variation, or it's a country targeting variation, or it is placement targeting, or there is the event for which you are optimizing for, or in some in other cases it could be the audience you're targeting, the audience you're excluding, etc., etc. So in order to avoid getting through or getting lost through all these settings when you're working with Ads Manager, you don't want to fill out all these settings every time you launch a campaign. Why? The reason is simple. You don't want to waste that time. Like you got better things to do other than just going back and forth and selecting the same pixels, same event, same audience, same exclusions, same budget settings that over and over again. So without having to waste time on that, we are going to go over 3 main templates today, which is going to be 2 CBO campaign structures optimizing for purchase. One will have 1 ad per ad set. Another one is going to have 2 ads per ad set and 3 ads per campaign. Both of them are going to have $200 a day of daily budget. And the third structure is going to be a leads campaign, just for the sake of bringing up a different event. We're going to set the budget on the ad set level, and we're going to allocate $30 a day per ad set, and each ad set is going to have just 1 ad. So with the third structure, what we aim to do is give each creative an equal testing, or test each creative equally in terms of budgets, because we've seen that over time, it happens that Facebook kind of picks up maybe a creative randomly, or it's if we launch losers, or if we launch creatives from the first test, most likely another creative will be the winner. So in order to give each creative the same exact testing budget, we're going to do that third option. Also, we're going to talk about the creative preparation. Like, first of all, don't try to reinvent everything from scratch, or just come up with brand new ads that don't exist out there or no one has seen yet. Instead, just go to Ads Library on Facebook, like I guess most of you are doing these days, and then get some ads for inspiration, create some variations based off the ads that you see on Ads Library, and then you can further improve your creatives. Then these creatives, as they are, once your creative team or yourself are done with editing and creating them, you can upload them and assign tags to your campaigns. So in the other screen, let me switch the windows here. I've prepared a table where I have my campaign names, my initial tags, creative tags, my destination URL, and whether the status is launched or pending or whatever the status is. So this is just a simple draft for me to help me keep track of my progress on the daily launches. And in the other tab I have, today we're going to do an auto insurance campaign. So I have some primary text, headlines, etc. So we have everything ready. We won't waste time with this. So let's go back to the slides. So yeah, we're gonna go over the process together pretty quickly. It's not gonna be something that is gonna lose a lot of time. And we're going to move to the stop loss strategies, like campaign departing, creative pausing. We're going to pause campaigns. We're going to pause campaigns with negative ROI. And also we're going to talk about auto scaling. So auto scaling is something that most buyers kind of fail to, or scaling is where most buyers kind of fail to follow through, because either they're running after new launches, or they're not looking at each and every campaign individually. So in terms of auto scaling, we're going to talk about budget increases, campaign cloning, and on top of it, we're going to talk about campaign cloning on different ad accounts, which is very important for when you're running on multiple ad accounts, for when you're running some stuff which is getting a lot of traction, and you are somehow pushing your copy to the edges, like sort of like in the gray line. But again, it's not just that; it's also ad accounts getting shut down randomly, or having false positives, or maybe your competitors are just going through your ads and kind of leaving a bad review on them. So what we're going to talk about today is also the ability to copy whatever is running on one ad account and clone it in another ad account automatically. This doesn't only help you with dealing with the ad account bans, but also gives you more scaling room. So instead of just scaling vertically and horizontally inside the same ad account, you're scaling horizontally on multiple ad accounts as well. So just think of it like you find a winning campaign. That campaign or that vertical is working really great. Instead of you just getting stuck or capped on one ad account, especially when your ad accounts have a daily budget, or have a budget limit, you can instead clone this campaign on multiple ad accounts and start scaling that progressively. So this way you're just making yourself a favor and getting more things done. And before we move forward, let me switch screens again and go back to the launches. So I have my optimizer account here. I have the text drafts. I have my pipeline, and I need to pull some creatives. So in the creatives, I have on my other folder, I have videos for auto insurance, and I have images for auto insurance. So the process is pretty simple. We will just go, I'll just move this to the other screen to make room, and I'll go to my optimizer account. First thing I will do is just go to creatives and upload some creatives. So here's where I have everything that I will use for launches. And let's start with some creatives like static images. And I'm gonna select, let's do 200, and you know what, let's do them all, 233 creatives. So let me just go and upload them. I'll drag and drop the creatives here. Sorry, my bad. I need to go to media. Okay, this happens always online. All right, so I have some WebP images. So media, upload media, and I'm just gonna drag and drop the images here. While they load, I will also get the tag here, copy the tag, paste it here, and I'll copy the other tag. So these tags are gonna be super helpful when I go and launch campaigns. I'll upload the new images, and I've just uploaded 233 images at once. Now my next step is to go over the rules before I launch, because I want to have the automation cover my campaign. So I want automation to kind of protect my campaigns, because I'm going to launch a lot of them. So I have some rules already prepared instead of just going through rule creation during the presentation today. So I have 2 departing rules, one that starts the campaign at 9 a.m. and one that stops the campaign at 7 p.m. US Central Time Zone. I have rules that are going to pause campaigns that are kind of losing performance after 3 days. I have a stop loss for new launches. I have scaling rules. So let's go over some of these rules together. Let me just open them in the other tabs. And there we go. So the first one is a stop loss for new launches. So what I'm doing here is that I'm looking for $40 spend. If ROI on day 3, ROI on day um, 2, and CPA for yesterday is less than negative 30%, my bad here, I want at midnight PST time zone to shut down my campaign. So this will run every 1 hour, and this will help me get rid of any losers within the first 3 days. So if the first and second day Facebook is trying to find the best audience that converts to your ad with your ads. The third day, if it's not going to the break-even zone, or if it still has a pretty high CPA, then I want to get rid of it. Let me turn off my all right. I try to remove myself from the screen so you get better visibility on the rules. So this will be one of the rules. The other one is going to be similar. Yeah, the same like the other one. Here we have an increased budget rule that is increasing the budget twice a week. So if the campaign ROI is profitable, so in 3 days for 3 days in a row, we have more than 30% ROI, and we have spent 3.5 times the daily budget of the campaign. We're bumping the budget by $30 with a low hard limit of $50 a day, and high limit of $500 a day. You can obviously customize this type of rules as you wish for your own campaigns. This will clone campaigns once a week within the same ad account. So apart from scaling campaigns vertically, we are cloning campaigns in the same ad account. So we're looking at this at the spend to be at least 5 times the daily budget over the last 7 days. We're looking for 50 conversions on Facebook. Like at least we know Facebook has received 50 conversions, and we're looking for the ROI to be stable. So we're looking for 25% and above for 5 days or 4 days in a row. And by midnight the next day, so that Facebook has enough, so that Facebook starts the day with the new daily budget, we are giving Facebook the budget bump at midnight. At midnight, sorry, we're cloning the campaign on midnight for on PST time zone. So here we are defining how many what campaigns we are cloning and how many copies we want to do. But when we clone the campaigns, we are resetting the budget to $100 a day. So this is pretty important, because you might have a campaign that is already scaled, and the campaign does not um, the campaign does not you don't want to clone the campaign with $500 a day, or you don't want to clone the campaign with $1,000 a day daily budget. Then you reset the budget. So if the budget is set on the campaign level, you reset the campaign level budget. If you're working with that set level budget, you just reset the at set level budget. So whatever your campaign settings are, or your budget settings are, you can always reset the budget to a specific value, or decrease it based off a specific amount. Or if you're switching to ad set level budget, you spread the budget to all ad sets that are part of the campaign. But let's keep it simple for now, and let's move to the next rule. The next one is a pretty simple one. It's more focused on creatives, where you can, if you want to pause creatives at $10 of ad spend, like I would see this type of rule work really great for our folks that run search arbitrage campaigns, and also other players that are working with low CPA offers. Like it could be sweepstakes, it could be some other campaigns that are like app installs and stuff like that. Or if you're in the lead gen space, I guess you would need to raise this budget to $30 bare minimum, or $50 bare minimum. Another one is to the other campaign is to pause the other rule will pause the campaign if it has spent 1 times the daily budget, so 100% of the daily budget, and it has received no results. So it happens quite often that you launch a campaign, you're expecting some results, like you're not expecting a great CPA on day one, but at least you're expecting some results. And odds are that if your campaign is not converting on day one, it will likely not be profitable after 3 days or after 4 days of running. So in this case, what we're doing is that we're getting rid of any of the campaigns that are not generating any conversions within the first day. We can argue on whether Facebook has picked up the conversion or not, but very likely the issue will be that you need, or the point will be that you need Facebook to pick up these conversions. So if Facebook is not picking up the conversions and you're still having conversions, still pause that campaign and relaunch it once you fix your conversion tracking. If not, kill it. Like, the next one is cloning winners on other ad accounts, which I mentioned earlier. So in this case, what I'm doing is that I'm looking at the last 7 days of the campaign. I'm looking for 50 conversions a week. I'm looking for $400 of ad spend. Then I'm looking at the ROI, if the ROI is stable over the last 4 days. So I'm looking for 25% profitable ROI. And based off my account time zone, on midnight, I'm cloning the campaign 1 times to this other ad account. So to sum it up, I'm checking if the campaign is profitable. Then I have selected my campaign. I'm defining the number of copies that I want to create for this campaign. It can be 1, it can be 2, it can be even 5 if you want, because it's not guaranteed that the first clone is going to work just like the original one. So when you clone campaigns, make sure to clone them at least 2 versions or 3 versions of it, and the stop loss rule are going to kick in. Then you reset the budget. So don't start with whatever budget you have scaled up, but reset the daily budget, and then specify the ad account to which you want to clone the campaign. In this case, I've selected this ad account. These rules will need to be on a per ad account at the beginning, not multiple ad accounts at once, for the simple reason that it could be cases where you have accounts grouped or organized by vertical or campaign type or conversion flow. So all these details are going to be important. So we have the automatic rules running. Now let's go and create some campaign templates. And let me move back to my other slide here, where we have the campaign settings. So we have 1 sale, CBO, purchase, no audience network, 1 ad per ad set, $200 a day. We have the second sale campaign for purchases, and the other one with ad set budget level. So we'll go to the campaign creator. We will select the ad account. I will just put replace here. And this is me, like not some other guys are using the campaign template naming here. I happen to use something out of my campaigns. You can specify any special categories if you want. So if you're running any special categories, you can specify them here. We select sales. We want campaign level budget, and we have the daily budget of $200 a day. I'm going to select the pixel. So it's going to be this one, and purchase. And I'm doing this just once. So here, there's this setting here, which is very helpful, because when we launch the same day, we don't want Facebook to start the campaign 1 hour after we launch, because if we're setting $200 a day in terms of budgets, we don't want to spend $200 in 2 hours. We want $200 to be spread throughout the day. Or if you're setting $2,000 a day daily budgets, you don't want $2,000 to be blown in a couple of hours. So here, instead of launching in whatever the current timestamp that we started creating the campaign is, we can specify to launch the campaign tomorrow. And I'm going to start the campaign tomorrow, 9 a.m. the account time zone. So whatever the ad account time zone is, it will start with that time. Let's say I'm targeting United States. And if I'm not mistaken, for auto insurance, we don't want California. We don't want New York as a region. So there we go, New York region. So don't get fooled by region versus state. Like whatever is called or is considered as a region in Europe or other or in Europe or Asia is considered to be a state in the United States. We are not going to do anyone at below the age of 20, and we don't want older than 55-year-old leads, because the matter of fact is that they don't get paid well. So we specify the beneficiary here. I'm going to put the optimizer, and I'm going to do the placement targeting. So in this case, I will remove audience network, I'll remove ads over reels, and I will remove messenger as well. So I am done here. So at this point, I will save this as my campaign. So I will not specify anything else here besides the pixel, and I will save this as a template. So this is going to be template. This is going to be structure 1. So let's call this comp. Let's call this sales $200 CBO auto. I'll click save on here, and my campaign settings are done. I'm just gonna start over with a new template, because we have this difference here with 1 ad per ad set per campaign and 2 ads with 3 ad sets per campaign. For that, we will use the same template. Now here I want to create the other one. Again, replace here, and I'm going to do ad set budget level. So I'll just select the pixel. This is going to be leads. Where are you? Okay, it's not it's a sale campaign. Leads, and I'll just put, what was the budget here? $30 a day. So we have $30 a day. Again, we're going to start tomorrow, 9 a.m. the ad account time zone, because we don't want the budget to be blown. We're going to start with United States. And we're going to remove New York region, and we're going to remove California. This is just as an example. Again, 20 years old to 55. And the beneficiary, the optimizer, download placement targeting, remove messenger and audience network, and remove ads over reels. So again, I'm almost done here. Pixel here, and this is $30 a day ABO, and this is leads. I'm going to save this as create template, and I'm done. So let's do a hard refresh of the screen so that we consider that we started from scratch here. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to launch the campaign. So let's start with the first one. I have already uploaded my creatives here. So media here is already uploaded. My creatives are already here. So I will move to the campaign creator, and I'm going to launch the sales CBO campaign. I'll apply the template, and I'm going to go here, get the name, paste it here, and I'll move to the ads. So I'll pick up the page. Let's use this Emily Carter, and I'm going to copy a few primary texts here. So primary text 1, done. Primary text 2, done. Primary text 3, done. And I'm going to put a few headlines here. Sorry, not that consolidation. Okay, let's remove the quotes here and let's get something else here. All right, so we have 2 headlines, 3 primary texts, and let's put the destination URL. I'm filling this out initially because I want to focus a bit on the ad creation. So here, I'm gonna pull all the images that I uploaded in the previous step. So my tag here is this one. So I'm gonna filter by this tag. And here I have all my images. Maybe some of them are with smaller image size. Anyways, let's do this. So I have 20 images. I'll move to the next step if I want to do any customizations of this. And before I launch the campaigns, here, the deal was to have 1 ad per ad set, right? So in this case, I'm gonna turn this toggle on, and I'm gonna set this to 1 ad for each ad set. So instead of uploading 20 ads individually and manually, I will just toggle turn on the toggle, and that will distribute my ads into 1 ad per ad set on this campaign. I'll move to the next step where I will add the automatic rules. So I can do Facebook stop loss and scaling and mass launching here. And I'm gonna hit confirm to launch my campaign. So while this campaign is being launched, I'm gonna go ahead and create the new one. So let's start fresh. I'm gonna create the other one, which is gonna have 2 creatives with 3 ad sets each. So let's do this other campaign. I'll go here and upload the text. So let's use some text from my previous copies. All right, and we have 2 headlines here, 2 images, 2 headlines and 2 titles. All right, let's remove the quotes here, and let's put the destination URL. So there we have the destination URL, and now let's upload the media. So let's say that I am doing this. Let's try this other tag. All right. Again, selecting them all, and I'm saving it. And before I even launch the campaign, this time I want to select 2 pages. So what's going to happen here, I'm adding another identity that is launching the same campaign into 2 different pages. So we're creating more campaigns in one go. And now I don't want to simply create the same campaign on this ad account, but I want to launch it on another ad account. So it's going to create 4 campaigns total. In the manage variations here, I'm going to turn this toggle on, and I'm going to say I want maximum 3 ad sets per campaign and 2 ads for each ad set. So my campaigns are going to start tomorrow. I'll add the automation to it. Let's say I'm going to do Facebook scaling and mass launching, stop losses, publish, and this will publish campaigns on my ad accounts. So we launched the second campaign as well. Campaigns are being processed. Now we want to launch the ad set level campaign. So let's start from scratch here. Leads, apply. Let's use one of these campaigns here, replace it, and I'm gonna go and add the primary text here. So primary text 1, let's do this, and primary text 2, let's do this, and let's put a couple of headlines. So this one and this other one. For some reason, Google Sheets always adds these quotes here. So let's remove them. I didn't remove them from the previous ones. So let's remove them, and we can add the description. Let's copy the link. And now this time, let's upload some videos. So image, media, and I'll upload some videos. So let's move to auto insurance videos, and let me try and pull whatever I can here. Let's try this. There we go. It's a lot of videos actually. All right. Obviously this will take its time, but it's working pretty fast. It's working pretty fast. Let's give it a couple of seconds. In the meantime, I'm going to go to the chat and check a bit if you guys have any questions. If we run for multiple ad accounts, the same campaign, will it not compete with each other? No. If you're putting this is a question from Porter. So if we run for multiple ad accounts with the same campaign, not likely, because you're practically, if you're running with $500 a day or $50 a day, what are the odds that you are practically you're capping your daily budget and you're reaching the whole audience that you're finding on a specific state? So it's pretty unusual. Will clone campaigns also contain rules? Yes. So for you, in order for the clone campaigns to contain rules, you can leverage account level rules or global rules that we have in the system, and that will practically give you the option to have rules on all ad accounts or on all new campaigns that are automatically shared. Now, I think I uploaded a bit too much, but for me, that's fine. Let's give it a couple more minutes. Akshay asks if the webinar recording will be available. There will be a recording. Yes, there will be a recording. It's not going to be available today, but there will be a recording. So we already have a few creatives that are being loaded in the system. I think in the folder of videos, I have like 420 videos. So I guess you guys can understand that I did something like a deep scroll, and most likely I've selected like 100 videos. So we're doing this live. Just consider as if you were doing it on your own. And my internet connection isn't that great today, but we're doing it. We're having a pretty decent performance here. All right, there we have them. So we were here. So we uploaded 142 ads. All right, let's resume to where we left. We're not going to load the media. We're not going to cut anything for now with 142 ads. I don't want to do that. And I guess you don't want to do that too. So now we have 142 ads. In the next step, all right, I forgot to add the page. Let's add a couple of pages here. I will go to manage variations. And here, instead of creating one campaign with one ad set and 248 ads, which is not what we want to do, let's go back here and see what the settings were. We wanted one ad per ad set. So let's do this other option here, because we want to, let's do this option. So we want one campaign with one ad per ad set, which means that we're going to test each creative with $30 a day. In the next step, we're going to add the automation, and practically This will help us go through the whole process and launch these campaigns on our behalf. So I'm going to click confirm. This is going to take some time. It's not going to be super fast, but this will create 284 ads for us. The reason is that we had 142 ads, but we added 2 pages. So as you can see here, we already have some campaigns that have been finished. Some have been partially finished. Most likely there is an issue with page access. Oh, there's a billing error. There we go. So this account has a billing error. So make sure that your accounts have a proper billing billing settings properly set before you launch campaigns. Otherwise, Facebook won't let you launch the campaigns. So whatever wasn't launched, it was due to the billing failure. That's fine. Now, if I'm going to Ads Manager, let me go from the other screen. And I'm going to show you the campaigns created on Ads Manager. So we verify everything together. Let me switch the account here. There we go. So let's move to the other account and we move to this. This one should be the one where campaigns have been launched. All right, we have some ad errors here, which are most likely due to the image size or oh, it's rejected. All right, there you go. Facebook is pretty fast lately. These are the errors. So you may see an error, but it could be a rejection. So this got rejected right off the bat. Most likely they didn't like maybe the quotes or something like that, but practically the campaign got rejected. That's why we see an error there. And the settings that we used to start the campaign tomorrow, so let's apply that setting here to start the campaign tomorrow. That helps us avoid that situation where tomorrow you launch the campaign now and the campaign ends up blowing up a lot of budgets without any decent pacing. So this is how you do this stuff. I'm not sure where this campaign with 284 ads got launched. This is still being processed. Okay, it was on the other account with a payment issue. Let's retry it, but that won't work until I fix the payment. But practically, this is what happens. Like, you can launch a lot faster. This is how big scalers are moving their campaigns and are launching their campaigns. It may look messy at first sight, but practically this is the same flow I used to launch 630 ads in under 1 hour, which I recently published as a case study, like the full process. I will send a follow-up email with the details of the case study to everyone that signed up for the webinar. And also, I would like you guys to book a call together where we can look at your specific case, your specific workflow. This is a generic one that works really great. But if you want to look at your specific case, at your specific needs, we can fine-tune the whole process together to make it more fluent and remove any friction that you might have. Let's get on a call together, and after the call, we can even look at some special pricing where we can set you guys on a lower pricing tier to make things easier. So it's just a matter of scaling things up and being systematic. Then by the end of the day, you're going to have more campaigns launched and more stuff done. So Pretty quickly, let me go over the questions. So Victor is asking, which event do you usually use as a conversion point in Meta for ads for search ARP campaigns? Look, there are so many theories out there that talk about purchase versus leads versus add to cart versus a custom event. To my understanding, Meta only cares about the event to be tracked. So if it's a custom event, if it's a purchase, or if it is an add to cart or God knows what, just make sure that the event is going to Meta. If the event is not going to Meta, then just go ahead and um, and get rid of it. Like, just go ahead and get rid of the campaign. Just make sure that the events are being posted. We have another question from Itai, which asks about which RSOC feeds do we have integration with. Look, here's the situation with RSOC. As you might know, it's not the same as AFD in terms of tracking, which means that there is no direct sub-ID reporting, at least for the vast majority of feeds that are out there that have RSOC or have had RSOC for the past couple of years, publicly available. So there is no direct sub-ID reporting with those feeds. However, if you're using Clickthere, you can integrate RSOC with Clickthere directly to the optimizer, and that will help you to have many campaigns pointed to the same URL or to the same channel ID and style ID on your tracking link. On the other hand, there are some works in progress in terms of adding some RSOC feeds that support or provide sub-ID reporting. We will announce them soon. So to sum it up, like all feeds are working on the sub-ID reporting. So it's going to be just a matter of time until that is finished and is out there. And once it's out there, it's going to be pretty fast on our end to roll them out. So don't freak out for the moment. Like with reporting with RSOC, it's a mess, we know, but it's Google that decides that, it's not us. And it's a matter of attribution, and it's a matter of accurate reporting. So if it's not accurate, it's not going to work for you. So we need to make sure the reporting is accurate. The feeds needs to make sure that the reporting is accurate. So once it's sorted out from them, we will be able to have that in the optimizer. So with Clickthere, is working now? Yes, it is working. So whatever the feed provider is, if you're working with Inuvo, if you're working with AirFind, if you're working with Sido, Tonic, Explore Ads, Ads.com, I don't want to miss anyone. I'm not selecting these feeds out of any personal preferences, but all these feeds are available in Clickthere right now, and you can integrate them. And the best thing is that you can have many campaigns to one campaign in Clickthere. So instead of getting lost with one-to-one relationship of buy-side campaigns with monetized campaigns or monetized channel IDs, you can have many to one, which makes it a lot easier, even in terms of scaling. Let me see if there are any other questions. Doesn't seem to be other questions out there. All right, guys. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate your attention into this session. Feel free to reach out to me either on email, or you should have my email from the invitation, either via email or on Telegram. You find me with ClickSpark. And also feel free to book a call, and we can look at your specific situation or your specific workflow together and make sure that you're getting the best out of your operation. Thanks again for your time, and have a great day. Bye.